the underground of motorsports. First, we challenge the idea of having a human drive.
Truly global challenge. This is Offsprint, Neon Capital. My name's Matt Roberts and I'll be your host for tonight's challenge. Roborace, by the way, is the world's first fully electric and fully autonomous racing series. In real life, we're already currently halfway through our season beta championship, where our teams download their bots into state-of-the-art race cars and take on challengers at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. However, whilst we wait for the action to get back out on track, we've been running a series of offline sim challenges to keep our team's development going and ensure that all of the AIs are ready for season 1 next year. But this week, we're going to share one of those digital challenges with you guys. And as you might expect, the format is a little bit different to our standard season beta missions. Now, 24 hours ago, each of our competing teams had to hand over their racing AI code to our mission control. Once they'd all been submitted, Roborace then ran the digital competition behind closed doors, pitching each team's AIs against the latest sim challenge and recording the action blow for blow. Now, each team's AI only got one attempt at the challenge rather than the usual 2. So this time it was truly all or nothing, first time out. Roborace operated to strict rules on fairness, agreed with the teams in advance, and all of the data following each run was held securely and will only be released to the teams at the end of this show. So that was yesterday, and tonight each team will be joining us to see how their AI got on. They still don't know. So you guys at home will be joining them to watch the action for the very first time together. We'll also be joined by our very own Roborace panel, who will be on hand to add their thoughts and their opinions as the challenge plays out. Right, now on to the rules for tonight. Here we go. The Offsprint Neon Capital Challenge is all about time and, more importantly, not running out of it, because the challenge is a 9.55 kilometer traffic sprint around the outer circuit of the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Once ready, we credited each team with 7 minutes. Now, this 7 minutes is absolutely crucial, because once Mission Control sends a go, the 7 minutes starts to tick down and the teams have to complete the full near to 10 kilometers before the clock hits 0. Otherwise, they're out. And as I said before, they only have one attempt at this challenge. The winner of tonight's challenge is the team with the most remaining time left at the end of the distance. Now, I know that was a lot to get your head around, but wait for what's next, because there's more. As this is Roborace, there is an added layer of metaverse complexity to the challenge as well. So as well as traffic on track, teams will also need to contend with dynamic obstacles and loot. For every obstacle and traffic that is hit, they will lose a massive 10 seconds of time. So if a team hits a piece of loot, 1 second will be added to the save time. So basically, it's just like normal driving on the road, which is what this is ultimately all about. You've got to try not to hit anything. And finally, if all 4 wheels go beyond track limits and are deemed off the track at the same time by race control, then the mission will be over. Similarly, if the teams fail to complete their lap in the 7-minute allotted time, they will also fail the mission. So some tough love from Roborace here when it came to making the rules, but that's the way it's got to be. Right, before we get the action underway, then we wanted to show you something pretty cool first. We've got a live feed we can go to now from inside our workshop at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This is where we store the various competition vehicles used during the series, our DevBots and RoboCars. And here you can see one of our RoboCars hooked up to data and power in the corner of the garage. The reason for that is because when a sim challenge is running, we actually use the RoboCar's computer units to drive the virtual AI. There's an NVIDIA Drive PX for the autonomous driving system and a SpeedGoat for the real-time motion control. So even though the car looks inanimate, like it's doing nothing sat there, in fact, data is flooding in and out of it constantly. We can see the AI LED is switching from green to blue, which means that the vehicle systems are moving into full autonomous mode now. Now, normally when we see that on the track, it means that the car is about to drive itself off the line. But here it means that the vehicle simply has received its commands from the Metaverse Control Center and is ready to execute. In many respects, it's like the car is kind of like dreaming or linked into the Matrix somehow, which effectively it is. And as far as the car is concerned, it's now on the waiting line at Anglesey Circuit or Bedford Autodrome or wherever we've been already, and it's ready to start the challenge. You can see the engineers have put a display there so we can see the sim running in tandem. That's what the vehicle has experienced, though in a wash of zeros and ones. So hopefully the engineers have put the parking brake on the car so it doesn't go sleepwalking and burst out of the garage there at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway at 200 miles an hour. Right, back to tonight then, or this morning, or this afternoon, wherever you're watching from. And I'm glad to say, and I'm probably glad as well after this ramble at the beginning of the show, I'm not on my own tonight. This time out, I'm joined by a superstar Roborace guest panel, which includes our Chief Competition Officer, Chip Panko, Ivan Isterim, who is the genius behind the Metaverse and bringing it to life, and the main man himself, Mike, aka the technology monster, on the guitar there, rocking out. And hey, you're going to play us a tune, Mike? Dial it in from Russia. I can see you've got the team in the background there. Are you guys hard at work, or are you rocking out there?
Oh yeah. Today I'm at our production studios, so you can see how the guys are doing actually our show today.
Is that a real guitar, Mike, or is that something that Ivan's dropped in from the Metaverse? It's a real guitar. Is he going to give us a tune?
Oh, it's not plugged in for the moment, but actually, I may just look super cool with it. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
well,
but yeah, just because it's pink at least. Yeah. So yeah.
You're definitely looking cool. Right. Listen, mate.
I was
tell us
actually
about the new
told
format.
that. Oh yeah, the new format. So actually, number one thing, of course you noticed it. It's the pink bass guitar. Big difference to what we've showed previously. So number two, actually, we are back at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, but 100% virtually. So we're doing our competition now in the simulator, and probably, maybe it's a better version of Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Who knows? And actually, number three, we've got Robocar back on the track, racing against virtual objects and devbots. What else?
Next time, Mike, we need a song about the devbots. Maybe that could be your first hit. Let's get on to Ivan, because you are the head of the wonderful Metaverse, and we're really excited to see what you've got for us this weekend. Ivan, how are you doing, first of all? How's things?
Yeah, Matt, thanks for asking. All good, actually, guys, in the production studio, while I'm actually on the countryside in Moscow region, Russia, just chilling here, having fun, watching with you the mission execution. So yeah, pretty much like that.
Out there in the countryside in Russia, have you been getting inspiration for the Metaverse? What have you got for us?
Yeah, actually, it's the following. Just like today, we're gonna, like yesterday, as you said it, we challenged teams drivers with like lots of ghost cars. So we call them trophy cars. So like they have different performance parameters and all that. So like some of them are slower, some of them are faster. They're at the same time they're like taking the racing lines when they go along the track side. And then, so like teams AIs needs to overtake it, or at least not to hit it. So, which is kind of obvious. And the second thing here is like obstacles. So we just like virtual walls, not to hit. And in addition to that, just to add them some motivation, we added on the track some loot. And like if the team hits a single loot, it gets just like plus 1 second to their time saved. So pretty much like that. Simple and complex at the same time. Let's see it together.
Yeah, all right, that's going to be exciting to watch. And it's a real challenge for the teams, Chip, isn't it? Roborace constantly evolving, constantly changing things up. How important is it just to keep everybody on their toes at this stage?
Yeah, the whole point of these exercises is to continue the development. And the nice thing about the sim challenges is we continue the development in an atmosphere and in an environment where mistakes aren't as costly. So it's a good opportunity for teams to see where they are with respect to each other. But then in addition to that, also continue to try new things. And we continue to be striving towards multi-agent racing. That process is coming along very, very well. And that's what we're going to see today, is seeing how the vehicles deal with virtual vehicles and also with objects on the track. So I'm really looking forward to see how they're going to stack up.
Yeah, me too. And what can you tell us about the teams that are lining up tonight? We're going to have a look at them in a few moments, Chip, but we've got 3 teams, haven't we, actually competing in this event? Yeah,
we have 3 teams who are kind of ready to do this. They've been spending a lot of time on the sim, and we've had a few recent breakthroughs. So it's going to be an interesting competition. SIT Autonomous remains very strong, and they've really kind of broken through with these sim challenges. ARG is definitely a force to be reckoned with, and we also have Polymove. So I don't know. I have no idea who's going to win, and as I said, looking forward to see what they come up with, and particularly how they react to everything our friend Ivan has thrown at them.
Absolutely. All right. Well, without further ado, let's get on with having a look then. Ivan, Mike, Chip, thank you so much so far. I think we're going to have a really good show ahead of us. Enjoy yourselves, and I'll speak to you all again very soon. Okay, up tonight then, we have 3 of our regular 6 teams, as Chip just said, competing in today's show. Remember, all of the teams have already raced yesterday, but actually they have no idea how they've performed because they sent their AI drivers off to the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway to compete, and they're going to see how they got on tonight. First up are our winners then from the last Offsprint challenge from Austria. It's Autonomous Racing Graz. Then we're going to see the championship leaders SIT hot on the track, followed by our homies from Italy and the newest members to the Roborace family, Polymove. Right, shall we get going then? I think it's time to get our first team out. From Austria, it is of course Autonomous Racing Graz. All right, Team ARG, and I'm delighted to be joined by team members Jasmina, Rudolf, Tobias, and Max. How's it going, guys?
Hi, Matt.
Hi.
Everything good? How are you?
Yeah, I'm great, thank you. Yeah, better for seeing you guys and seeing some Roborace action again. This is a little bit tricky because we've got 4 of you, so I'm going to go around. We'll start with Jasmina, just to give us a feel from the team, really, about how you guys were all feeling ahead of this event. Excited, nervous, unsure?
Yeah, I would say both. So especially now, it's quite hard for us to work as we are like on different continents and in different towns currently because of some other works. So it was very challenging to meet with all of them and to, let's say, develop our new strategies for new races.
And Rudolf, how did it feel when you had to hand over the AI? Did you feel ready to do that when we asked you to?
Yeah, I mean, there's always potential to improve something, and since we're in a continuous development process, it's never like ready to be fully competing. But I think we have some good state, and it should work well.
Okay, well, the last Team Sim Challenge was a few weeks ago now. Tobias, how did that test go for you?
I think we are prepared for today or for yesterday, but of course, just having one shot, of course, increases the pressure a bit. So I'm mostly excited about that. The first run is really a good one.
Cool. And for you, Max, how do you think you're going to do? How do you think your AI? Well, he's already done it. We're going to see very shortly. How do you think the AI will have done with the traffic in particular?
For us, it's quite difficult to judge. We had some major changes regarding the planner, so it's the first time we're trying it on the race. So yeah, we don't know either. So we hope it's going good, going great. But yeah, we're confident.
We're going to find out together. We're going to find out together. We're going to keep you guys talking during it as well, so we can see your reactions and get your thoughts as we go along. How about the prospect of actually getting back out from the sim racing onto the track and kind of going back to real life racing, if you want to call it that, in Las Vegas? Yasmina, are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, of course. We are missing very much the real races, I would say, especially to work with the real cars and to deploy algorithms on the real hardware. So within the software, like, you may place there a lot of challenges, a lot of different metaverse things, but however, like, the real races are the thing that we want to be part of.
Yeah, okay. Well, shall we see how you got on in the sim challenge in the meantime, guys? Are you ready to have a watch at your one attempt that the AI put in yesterday?
Yes.
Sure, ready.
All right, let's not keep you waiting any longer. Then let's get into this. Then here we go. This is the Robocar on the start line at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The top right of your screen there, you can see time credit, and it's just started counting down now from 7 minutes. So this is the moment that the guys. There you go, guys. First of all, the car's moving, so that's a good start, isn't it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Looks good.
First step.
First step achieved.
Nice.
Oh, right. Okay, a little swerve there. So was that planned? That was yeah, that was pretty cool. So we're coming up to some traffic for the first time here. This is the moment of truth, isn't it, guys? This is the moment we've been waiting for now. The first big test.
Yeah.
We are approaching.
And waiting.
You don't look too happy, Yasmin. You're a little bit. The car is a little bit tentative here, isn't it? It's a little bit nervous to make the pass, is it?
Really. It will.
Cool.
The passing is super difficult.
Yeah. We changed a lot of
What
things
makes it
there,
so difficult?
It makes
What
it
makes it so
difficult to
difficult,
predict
guys?
the other's behavior.
I see.
You can't really say what he does. Okay, so now we got the behavior
Yeah.
and we're ready. He overtook.
And once passed, already making some good speed. Is this difficult for you guys to watch, or is it fun?
It's difficult. It's not fun.
Quite a tense situation.
We have some sweaty hands by the computers here. Okay, now we're coming up to another car. Does the AI kind of, once it's locked in, the input that you guys have given it, is that it now, or does it learn as it's moving along? Will it have learned from the last already? Will it have learned from the last overtake?
Yeah, basically it's learning to predict behavior, but I think in this version right now not. But yeah, it's definitely doing some learning, especially with observing the other vehicle, what it does.
Okay.
And we also heard
Which
at
I
the
guess-
intro that the cars are different, so you cannot. It's not like every car is doing the same or has the same performance. So as Rudolf said, we are observing each car and then decide what to do.
Wow, I mean, that is incredible, isn't it? And I guess that's the reality of the future, isn't it? When you've got an AI driver against a human driver, for example, that's the unpredictability of human behavior, right? You have to adapt.
Yeah,
Exactly.
totally correct.
And sometimes
just
very
looking at the clock here.
unreasonable.
Sometimes very unreasonable. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Well, you threw again there. Well, that was a bit close. That was a little bit close. That's okay.
Oh,
Oh, no.
that was a little bit close of the other vehicle.
Oh, we stop now?
Yes.
no.
No.
Yes,
No.
it went to sleep.
No.
No.
Ah, okay.
It's confused.
Maybe
There's
it
a
was
drive-through. There's a drive-through
This was
Starbucks
good.
there.
it was confused, I think, because the other vehicle took us or drove through us from the back, and that won't happen in the real race. Yes.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully not. Yeah, that's the thing with the simulation.
But I see you introduced like some emoji output on the top left. What is that telling us? Sometimes it appears.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, under
Actually, didn't see that
the.
either. Yeah, we'll ask Ivan about this. Oh, nice, it says. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
the emoji with the stars in their eyes. Yeah, I think that was an approving emoji.
Yeah,
What do
I
you
think
think
we're
about
still
the-
in the race.
Yeah, what do you think about the clock, guys? It's just under 3 minutes now. Are you confident you're going to make it?
Yeah, if it doesn't happen again like before.
Yeah,
when,
we are able to
yeah.
finish. But let's see a new ghost car.
Here we go. This is the moment of truth now, guys, isn't it, again?
Probably. It's tricky.
Yeah.
Too many obstacles.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
not bad.
Nice.
Did we hit it a bit? Yes.
Nice.
The car, yeah.
But it's okay, it's only 13 seconds down, right?
Yeah, we have 2 minutes left.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, you have 2 minutes left and less than
Good.
less
Woody,
than
not
2
bad.
kilometers to go.
Not.
Yeah. Okay.
That was nice.
Yeah.
How exciting is it to see the actual robocar out on the track, guys? Even though it's virtually, it looks cool, huh?
Yeah, it looks very cool.
It's a nice simulation, actually.
I agree with Rudy.
Looks like a computer game somehow. A good computer game.
So, guys, what's going to make you happiest now? Before you've got 1 more minute here, what's going to make you really happy if we can achieve something here? 1 more overtake? You'd be pleased with that?
Yes, or just
At
not
least
to
not
stop.
just no crash.
Not a crash.
Yes.
This would already be quite good.
Okay.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we
We did
finished.
it.
Yes.
You
Bravo,
did it.
guys.
Great.
Good job.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Matt.
Well done, guys. 46 seconds to spare there. So you made it. You've mission accomplished. How do you
Great.
feel? We're going to see how the other teams measure up, of course, to that very shortly indeed. But let's just have confirmation of your result then. Here we go. So, Team ARG. There we go. 46 seconds left. First team on track. The benchmark has now been set, and it's up to SIT and Polymove to try and go faster. But as I said, guys, I mean, in terms of a successful outcome, that's got to be good, hasn't it? You've got to be happy with that.
Yeah, of course. Of
Yeah.
course.
No, it's. Let's see what the others do, but I think it's a good pace.
Can you all,
We
before you
just
go,
have
can
one
you give us a
try. It's
virtual,
always important to finish, so.
can you give us a virtual high five before you leave, guys?
I mean, it's also the symbol with the camera, you know.
Well done,
Rudy, you
guys.
can make the triple, Rudy.
Maybe we'll speak later on. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Matt.
Right,
Okay.
let's bring.
Bye.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Good to see you guys. All right, let's bring in our,
Good
our
to see you.
panelists as
Yeah.
well to talk through this one. Right, Chip, what did you make of that first of all?
Well, first of all, they made it, which is always which is awesome. What I wanted to kind of ask ARG how they view kind of aggressiveness of the overtakes, because the car was quite tentative when it came up to do the overtakes, and I wanted to know kind of what was behind that, and if you feel you can be more aggressive in the future, and if so, how.
I think we were not that aggressive in the end, but I think the problem, I think we saw it also, is that even though you overtake and the overtake may not be good, you still can get like back overtaken, and that introduced like a real problem, because once the car is again in the visibility of our planner, so shortly in front of the car, then we recalculate, and that leads to some severe problems if it's just very in front of us. So I think that is quite hard to think of such cases.
Yeah, understood. You know, and that is something we'll continue to refine as well. Another question for you is, you know, when you came up as kind of a result of the situation we're just talking about, when you came up to the obstacle, the AI is like, just I'm not going any farther. I'm done. I'm out. And it kind of, was that a matter where it was recalculating, or my other question to you, and don't worry, none of the other teams are listening. My other question to you is, do you have a rule in your logic that you will not hit an obstacle no matter what? You have to go around it, because that's what it looked like.
Yeah, so like the ghost cars itself, of course, we do not want to hit at all, and also like the obstacles, they should not be hidden, and of course this introduces then a real problem if it actually happens, like in sense of ghost cars. But for static obstacles, as they do not move, there is no need to recalculate. So of course we definitely want to avoid them. Yes, that's true.
Yeah, so for our audience, I mean, essentially what happened there is that there was a ghost car in front. It swerved, and it revealed the obstacle very, very late to your car. It's just like if you're driving down the road and all of a sudden somebody swerves in front of you, and then there's a stopped truck right in front. That's essentially what happened, right?
Yeah, and we could also say that there are a lot of corner cases that we didn't have in our planner, like where a normal driver would back off and somehow do some things that don't occur very often. And yeah, we can't have every corner case in our planner.
Understood.
Guys, is there anything you guys from the team would like to ask Ivan? Now you've got him here to you can ask him about the metaverse or anything you'd like, really.
Actually, guys, I already have a comment. Yeah, first of all, I'm like so much excited, to be honest. Like, I haven't seen you for ages, and it's just, you know, and it's just like, it's all virtual. We have those Teams meetings and so on, but like now in this setup, it's like it feels a bit different. It feels like a real warm company here. So like, I'm super excited to have you here. That's the first thing. The second thing is like your race. Actually, I really like it, and especially the way you overtake and the way, basically, like, it's super cool. The first overtake. So it's so, you know, it's so road relevant, I would say. It's just like you don't push to the limits. You don't do this dangerous. You do this like, okay, we're 100% sure, then we're overtake. And this is kind of, you know, like next level thing. I really like it. That's cool. Yeah, so thank you for the mission, and yeah, great result.
Thank you, Ivan, for the nice words.
Mike, any final thoughts before we move on to our next team?
it's like, you know, like goosebumps, total pleasure to see that kind of like truly meaningful racing, you know, like with all those, you know, it's all the decisions are like made like so visual, you know, you understand what's happening actually, and you know, it actually shows we're super close to the multi-agent racing, our ultimate goal for season beta, and you know, it's like just that close.
Yeah, it sure is. All right, we're going to see how close the other teams are very shortly. One team down then. ARG are on the leaderboard. Well done, guys, once again. Thank you so much for your input. Next up are the Roborace Championship leaders, SIT.
Bye.
Thanks, bye.
Hi guys.
Yes, Acronis, SIT, Autonomous, and we're now joined by three of the team members, Ilya, Ruslan, and Maxim. How are you guys?
Hi, Matt. Very well.
Hi. Pretty good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Good, yeah, I'm great, thank you. I'm enjoying seeing some Roborace race in action again. It's great. Now then, a few questions, guys, before you see how your AI got on yesterday in the simulator. The simulator is pretty new. How have you found it so far?
So actually, the person who is responsible for simulation and for running stuff in simulator is not here today. But I think our experience was what we expected it to be. To be honest, so there were a few road bumps, but so far so good.
Okay, cool. Right. Well, without whether or not the simulator guy is there or not, I mean, this challenge has a whole new set of rules, as it Roborace is constantly changing. How do you guys take on that challenge in particular?
So this particular challenge, I mean, I believe I'm a bit frozen in the video, but I believe you can hear me. So for us, simulation is like important part of preparing for the real race, because without simulation, without good experience and good achievements in simulator, we cannot show good results in the real track. So it's like a important part of the whole racing that we need to test and develop our software, show it and test it in simulator, and then move to the real car. And also I love this like part of like a metaverse and this virtual reality, augmented reality, and it's really good, and it's good that we can test here, and it's a good step further.
It looks like we might have lost Ilya. We lost his pictures first. I think we've lost him completely now. Not to worry. We are almost ready to see how the AI driver got out on track. Remember, 46 seconds it was the difference. There's Ilya. He's come back. We've rebooted and got him back. 46 seconds was the benchmark set by Team ARG. What did you guys think when you saw that just now?
I think it's a good result. Let's see. I mean, it's a good benchmark. So let's see how our car, our algorithms will participate and which result we'll show.
All right, well, let's see. It's time to find out now, guys, because as you can see, we are running your attempt yesterday. So this was yesterday. You guys have not seen this, have you? How does it feel to see the car out of your hands and in action, and an early overtake already?
For me, it's quite nervous. I mean, I didn't expect this. I was really so much nervous when I see, I believe, my heartbeat increased and like temperature increased. So it's almost like a real race for me. So it's good.
Oh, go through the car.
It's quite an aggressive start, isn't it, guys? Was this the plan?
Yeah, we actually always trying to overtake whatever it will be. Right now we in virtual environment, and yeah, the cost of the heat of the car is not so important. yeah, the main missions is like finish the race as fast as possible. And yeah, sometimes we should take this risk and trying to be the fastest. And each time we're trying to improve our like planning, motion controller software to not hit something. Yes. Hope that in one time we will be perfect. Yeah, at any speed, at any situation.
Yeah, so we can use like two options, like aggressive options for simulator events and more safe option for real race, because damage in the real race is much more than in simulator, so we can afford it for simulated races.
So what are the disadvantages and advantages then of the two formats for you guys? Do you make more development to be more aggressive like this, or do you make more progress when you're dealing with the actual car itself?
So I think both formats are important for our purpose of development of wheel-to-wheel racing. Like simulator races give us like a lot of practice, and it's not the cost of error is not so high, so we can test a lot in simulator. But you know, in order to achieve wheel-to-wheel racing in real life, we need to practice also a lot in real life, because car dynamics is different compared to simulator. Like the environment is different, so that's why it's also very important to have as much as possible real testing and real events. So both formats is like really necessary for the development of the software.
Wow, there's some really decisive overtakes going on here and some impressive top speeds as well. Is that something that you're also able to kind of push a little bit more in the simulator?
I think we were able to push it in the simulator, but we are not sure that this will also correlate with push on the real car, because from what we saw, the dynamics is a little bit different still in the simulator than on the real car.
Okay, yeah, you can see over 200 kilometers an hour there, yeah. And the time is looking good, actually, guys. We're almost up to 7 kilometers here of just under 10, so just over 3 minutes left. You must be quite confident that you're going to do well here, and excited, I guess, as well now to move back to the real racing on track too.
Yeah, we're really excited and waiting for this moment when we will participate in real race on real track. So yeah, let's see.
This is a more tentative overtake here, guys. This is not quite as aggressive as the last few. That was nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of objects actually, and yeah, when you're trying to plan a lot of objects, it is a really complex problem. And yeah, even for person, it is sometimes really hard to say what was the optimal behavior for this situation. Oh, it was so really difficult situation, a lot of obstacles, a lot of cars at the same time. I'm so happy that we have no hits here.
So far so good, and a nice move looks like around the outside there. Another nice overtake. This kind of gives us a flavor as well, doesn't it, of what it is going to be like when we get real wheel-to-wheel racing.
I think it's important to mention also that in real wheel-to-wheel racing, we also expect our opponents to react appropriately to our actions, because sometimes, and we have seen this in this round as well, there were situations we were basically taking over the racing line and we expect the other car to back off, but it was continuing as we were simply not there. It's not very realistic as well. So I think it's important to talk about this as well.
Well, that was, for now, that was a perfect job, I think, guys. 1 minute 30 there on the scoreboard. Mission accomplished. And let's get the exact time now. But it looked like it will move you to the top of the leaderboard ahead of ARG. Yeah, there you go. 1:32 is the official time. So you had, out of the available 7 minutes, you had 1 minute 32 spare. So that means you did it in 5 minutes 28 seconds. That is the fastest of the challenge so far. So as I said, that will move you guys to the top. So well done. Excellent job. Let's bring our panelists back in alongside you guys to talk about that one. Mike, let's start with you this time. Second team of the night. And once again, a Cronus SIT showing their pedigree, I think.
Oh yeah. And actually, guys, I was pretty much afraid you're not gonna finish well, because we did so many heats, got so many penalties, and but eventually your actual time result was really like impressively better than for ARG, because you were doing all the overtakes much faster, less that kind of doubts, I would say, in the behavior of the car, and that actually worked well. Pretty much aggressive, dirty kind of behavior, but it works. But definitely probably will not work on the actual racetrack, because now we've got this kind of simplification, like there is no crashes, because we are in pretty much sterile kind of circumstances here, in order to like get closer to this actual wheel-to-wheel thing. But if we introduce crashes, you will probably see that's probably not going to work well for you then.
Yeah, but if you introduce crashes, we are also going to react. It's not just like we're going to keep the current stack as it is. So.
Okay. So you use that for a purpose, as far as I understand. So okay. Like, I'm not saying that's cheating, but okay, we'll look forward to what.
It's not cheating as long as it's in the framework of the current rules. So far so good.
It's who goes
really
fastest
good,
under the right, isn't it, Chip?
The result speaks for itself. So yeah.
Chip, that's the name of the game, isn't it? Who can go the fastest under the rules of the game, right?
Yeah, it seems like
the objective is to win.
Guys, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, we got you now.
Oh yeah, we'll hear you.
Hey, there we go.
Usual thing.
Guys, number. Yeah, I mean, you've got to exploit the rules however you can. So I'm all for that, and we'll remember that for the next mission for sure. But hey, I just want to say, blown away by your overtaking. Really, really good, and that takes us definitely a big step, closer to where we want to be from a multi-agent standpoint. You look like a young Max Verstappen out there, which is good. Remember, he had a lot of crashes early in his career. One of the things I saw, and I kind of knew where your strategy was you definitely put speed and racing line over even trying to get to Lutz. So that definitely looked like part of the strategy. I think it paid off because you were able to get things done in a much faster time. And I just wanted to note also. Precision, your precision between objects too. I mean, you were pretty comfortable going between two objects that were closely spaced at flat out. So really good job. Look forward to watching your stack develop as we continue.
And a final thought, Ivan.
Yeah. My thought. Sure. As usual, guys. Just like great performance. Basically, to be honest, just like some internal information, some cool internal information. Actually, SIT team is pushing hard not only on the racing track, but also in the Telegram channels. Like most of them where we are interacting. And basically they help us to develop metaverse like better. To make it better from day to day, like every single day I'm waking up and like my first thought is about Ilya. So good thing, guys.
Oh dear. Well, yeah, they must be doing something right or maybe wrong.
Yeah, it's absolutely right. It's absolutely cool.
There's a saying in motor, they say teach a rider to stop, but you can't slow a rider to go faster. I think you guys did a great job there. Well done for taking part in Offsprint Neon Capital. Are you going to watch the next run? Are you guys going to stay tuned? We'll take that as a yes. All right, time to move on to our third and final team of the night. They are from the Polytechnic University of Milan. It is, of course, Polymove. Yes, it's time to say buonasera to Polymove. I'm joined by Andrea, Eduardo, Romeo, and Giacomo from the team.
Ciao.
Good evening, guys. How's it going? Ciao,
Good evening.
come stai?
Nice to meet you. Good evening. Hi. Tutto bene, very good. Thank you. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm great, thanks. I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys take on this challenge. It's a bit of a different one, isn't it? I don't know which one of you wants to go first, but just give us the mood from everybody really about how you were feeling when you heard about this concept, you know, the blind racing and sending off your AI driver and not knowing how he was going to get on.
Shall I go first? Well, it's quite difficult, like because it's a lot of pressure, like just letting your software go and not knowing what's happening there. But in the end, it's autonomous driving, so we couldn't make anything in any case. So it's kind of fun to just wait for the result and see how it went.
Yeah, I'm sure it must have been a nervous 24 hours that you've been
It was.
experiencing. And and it's also been a few weeks as well, guys, for you to wait since the last test, the last sim challenge. What have you mainly been working on since then?
As you know, last challenge was not so successful for us. We had a few problems. We went out of track. So we tried to target the problem. We think we found it. We worked to fix it, and we think we did our job to be better prepared for today. So I'm confident that will be a better result than last time, hopefully.
Okay, and Romeo, maybe you can tell us what you thought about SIT. I'm sure you were watching that, and we all know the quality that they have and the talent they have in their team. What did you think of their run? Do you think that you'd be able to match that today?
Well, that's the goal. It's what we're expecting from us. Of course, they did really good, and I hope we make better.
Okay, well, we're going to find out. How are you guys all looking forward to actually? Yeah, we are. How are you guys looking forward to getting back on track in Las Vegas and racing for real again?
I don't know, but for me, are you going or am I going? It's always difficult in these calls. Okay.
I know.
Well, really looking forward to it. It's been quite a long time since we last hit the track. So yeah, this virtual preparation is really fun, really useful, but the feeling is not the same. So we're really looking forward to be back there soon.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, this is the next best thing though, isn't it? Hitting the virtual track at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Let's see how you guys got on then. Once again, guys, look to the top right for the clock, which as you can see is already running now, and the car has made a really good start. What's the strategy, guys? Were you looking to be aggressive or careful? We've seen two different approaches from the two teams already.
I think we'll try to stay, we work to stay quite in the middle of what I expect we'll stay quite in the middle, because we tried to find the right compromise between not losing too much time behind the ghost cars, and at the same time, like as Acronis team realized, they're still not real crashes. So if the goal is winning the race, making the best time, you can accept a 10-second penalty in some cases. Yeah, some waving. Maybe the software had problems in finding the right way. It's a bit more conservative than what I expected, but let's see what's going to happen.
Yeah, it seemed the AI just got up a little bit close behind the car in front and then backed off a little bit. Was it a little bit unsure about exactly what to do there? Is that what we were seeing?
Yeah, it's probably the case. We're still, like I can admit this. We're still struggling a lot in finding the right combination to tackle this scenario that is quite strange for a racing competition. You know, because there's cars, race cars, and then there's this static stuff in the middle of the track. It's quite unusual for racing. But at the same time, it's a fun problem to tackle. But yeah, you know, as you're saying, you still need to work a lot to find the right way to handle this.
Well, this is what makes the challenge of Roborace so different to anything else, isn't it? Really. Now, here we go. This looks like a possible move. Well, it was looking.
Not yet.
Not yet, not quite ready yet. What would be a positive outcome for you guys here? What would you be happy with at the end of this run?
Well, it's difficult to say now because like it's not going as I expected, but at least seeing a few overtakes of a virtual car would be fun for us. We definitely know that getting to the other team's results, it's not easy. We're seeing this, but yeah, it's at least seeing some overtakes would be a great result at the end of the day.
Okay, maybe we're going to see one now. All right, there we go.
That's it.
You can celebrate.
Yeah. Good job, guys.
I'll do it for you. Come on, guys. Next one now. Next one. How about your AI, guys? Will it approach this overtake differently to the last one now? Is it kind of, again, is it something that it will take the data from the last overtake and maybe adjust some parameters, or is it already set?
Well, I must admit, we are working on this kind of approach. It's not ready yet, but I don't know if Eduardo wants to say something. He's worked a lot on like this kind of learning how to react to opponents, and how to learn how they move. So please, Eduardo.
Yeah, as you said, we are a bit conservative in the sense that we put this behind the vehicle and we will wait for a spot to do the overtake. So actually, if the car is not sure 100% to complete the overtake, we are, in this moment, we are a bit conservative, yeah.
The other teams are still watching this, guys. Do you think they're a little bit nervous? Maybe not so much about the result today, but about the future. You guys have been really coming strong recently, haven't you? Making good progress.
Yeah, I hope they are nervous. Like, it's not our best show, but it's definitely better than what we did last time. And I hope I think there's a lot of space to improve. In the end, we just have to tune a bit how aggressive we are. It's not a great change, algorithmic change, so it's something doable, and maybe we'll be able to do that soon. Here we go.
Oh, there's another overtake. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
So just a kilometer to go now, guys. And actually 46 seconds is the target to beat here, so you may be in a chance of second place here. That would be a good result, wouldn't it?
That would be great.
Yeah.
All right, well, we have a little bit of drama then, a little bit of tension as we approach the end of this race, because after quite a slow and conservative start, your AI driver has really picked up the pace in the second half of this challenge.
Oh.
And there we go.
There we go.
Okay, time set. I was like, why the car?
What's happening?
Like making
Big
some
panic
spins in the sand.
He was celebrating. Your AI driver likes a party. Yeah, he's a wild card. Well done, guys. Fantastic stuff. So, Team Polymove pulled it together in the second half of the challenge, and really, that was fantastic. Actually, in the end, I think you guys were just hoping for a couple of overtakes, and in the end, of Team ARG, you moved up to second place, and you're not really that far from a Cronus SRT either, are you? Really? So, how does that feel?
That's a great result.
Yeah, much better than how I was feeling yesterday night when I didn't know the results. So that's really great. I think there is a lot of work to do, because again, when the track is real, when the other objects on track are real, it's a totally different job. But this competition here, this simulation, is really useful to get there as ready as possible.
Well, fantastic, guys. Well done for taking part. Well done for a fantastic performance as well. Chip, let's start with you this time. How impressed were you with that?
Well, I'm particularly impressed because they said they didn't have a learning capability in there, but it seems like something changed towards the end of the run. I think overall it's really interesting to see. We had 3 teams running, and we had 3 very different strategies. Slow and steady, very cautious. Very fast and maybe a little bit reckless. And then Polymove kind of in the middle. I think if they would have started out with the pace that they had towards the end of the run, they would have been right up there, maybe battling for the lead.
Yeah, fantastic, wasn't it? Ivan, you must have been fascinated as well to see the car interact with the metaverse and how that changed as the run progressed.
Yeah, definitely, guys. Thank you for this run. Not too much interaction, but still looked cool. At the same time, I have a question here. So you mentioned if the driver is not sure he will complete safely the overtake, it doesn't just start. And can you explain this for the audience that watch us on the high level? How it happens, how it calculates whether when it comes to the virtual dynamic objects alongside. So it just what does it consider? It considers its current speed or speed in progression, how it works in general.
Okay, I'll try to make it not too in detail because other teams are listening. So, the fact is that
just in general,
it's all a matter of current state of both our vehicle and other vehicle is not enough at this speed, at this such aggressiveness on track. So what you have to do is always looking forward and trying to, first of all, what you're gonna do if you want to complete the overtake, and that's quite a certain information. The most difficult part is trying to infer what the other vehicle will do. Here, we have a bit of simplification in this first phase because the other vehicle is blind. They're not seeing us. So we know in any case, they will not try to stop. They will not try to let us go. So it's a variable less in the equation, but soon when we will have to fight against another artificial intelligence driver, we will have to consider also that point. So what they may do in reaction to what we are doing, and that's it. That it's gonna be tricky and also really fun.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks,
cool.
Andrea.
Cool. Final thoughts, Mike, on Polymove and their efforts?
Really impressed, as you know, I'm actually looking forward to more teams to join this format eventually. I believe next time already. So you are among those 3 super brave teams that are already doing that. So I'm very glad for you guys. So please just go forward and do much more of those magic that you are showing here.
Will do. Thank you.
Guys, thank you so much. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Ciao. Ciao, everyone.
Ciao.
Bye.
Ciao. Good evening.
Ciao.
Well, guys, I mean, I thought that was fantastic, didn't you? And for the teams that were not taking part tonight, they must be jealous after watching that. They're feeling that they really missed out.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they all put in good performances. As it's 3 different strategies, but this is a big step forward to multi-agent racing for us. They're able to do this. They're able to do it convincingly within the simulation environment now, and I think we probably have 1 or 2 more of these ahead of us, and then we're ready to go try it on the real track with real cars, and that's really what we've been trying to do all the way through season beta. So this is a big day for us.
And for Ivan and Mike, I'll ask you both the same question. Watching the final standards, did it give you any kind of thoughts, inspiration about how you might want to do things differently for the next event?
Yes, sure. Because
Mikey first.
even though we are running that in the simulator, because someone can think just in a way like, oh, it's just a it's just a computer game. What's the point here? But it's not, because actually as we showed in the very beginning, actually we are running that on the real hardware, sitting in that hardware that sits on board on the racing car. So teams should consider all the limitations that this hardware has, actually, because it's not just certain unlimited compute power that you have on a stack of servers, on a powerful PC, on laptop. It's much more limited, restricted kind of system. So in order to make all those dynamic decisions, you should program that thing in a super effective way. So when I'm watching this, I'm now super confident that we're gonna show this wheel-to-wheel racing format pretty soon, and we're getting closer to it.
How about you, Ivan?
Yeah, I would just add to this that basically virtual environment is a great battlefield for various scenarios. And when we see the team's performance, we just we see what's the best way going forward. What other scenarios can be infused into this mixed reality? So what can help teams to become better? For the AIs, to become better. Teams are already fantastic. Yeah, so that's my point.
Yeah, great point. Thank you, Ivan. All right, one final reminder then of those results and what an event it's been. And once again, it's Acronis SIT Autonomous who are victorious. But only just, really. 28 seconds was the difference between them and Polymove after a rather cautious start from the Italian team's AI. And Autonomous Racing, Graz, taking a rather cautious approach to this mission, but crucially, completing it within the allotted time. So fantastic effort from all 3 teams. Congratulations once again to all of them. We will have a word with SIT, though, our winning team of the night.
To be honest, we're always nervous about happening during the race, so we are like always like expecting something unexpected during the race, so it's always nervous pause. So yeah, I think everything went smooth for all the teams.
And for the rest of you guys, I mean, we'll wait and see exactly what the rules are for the next event. But I guess if they're the same, it'll be the same approach, won't it? Aggression from the start and try to go as fast as possible and not worry too much about, you know, potentially hitting other cars.
So I think, as we mentioned, we are going to adjust our strategy according to new regulations. So if they update the regulations so that we cannot hit cars anymore, so we're going to react as well.
Great stuff. Well, we're really looking forward to what you guys bring next time. We'll see you then in December for Offsprint 5. Congratulations once again, folks. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Acronis SIT then victorious in Offsprint Neon Capital. Guys, what did you think of their performances and just generally final thoughts, I suppose, on the event itself? Chip, were you happy with it, with how it went?
Yeah, actually, more than happy. You know, we're in season beta. We're pushing the team so hard, and with every mission we have new challenges for them. So sometimes you have some good results, and sometimes not so good results. And that is kind of the point of a development season such as season beta. And I mean, today, really impressed. I think a giant leap forward for all the teams. You know, they're not only doing something very complex with overtaking a moving vehicle, but they're also doing it with a fairly respectable amount of speed. So this is precisely where we want to see them. Where we want to see them right now. So really happy with the results so far.
And just in general, Chip, as we reach the end of 2021, how happy are you with the development of the series overall this year?
It's we set out with really two goals for this season. One was to further our knowledge in multi-agent racing. That's kind of the holy grail within what we do and within our industry. And number two was to continue to perfect the metaverse. And I think we're delivering on both of those points. Ivan and his team have worked really hard to continue to improve, you know, not only the metaverse and how it presents itself on the track, but also the physics behind it. You know, and it's just important to know a lot of work, you know, not only from the teams that are competing, but from our internal teams at Roborace go into this. Ivan with the metaverse team, you know, Mike's working very hard in Russia with the entire autonomous production team in order to be able to show all these things. And then all of this is being run on our Hive simulation platform. So all of these teams are working together in concert with the teams that are competing to put this out there. You know, and it is all about, as Mike said, if it works in the simulator, it should work on the track. So that's why we work so hard to do these challenges and work so hard on our internal simulator. So super stoked with where everything is going, and have very high hopes for season 1.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that already, and looking forward to what you guys have got planned, Ivan and Mike. Ivan, 2 questions for you really before we go on. I want to know, first of all, where you would like to see the metaverse go in the near future, and also just generally about Roborace. What is it about this project that inspires you so much?
Okay, yeah, let me think. I will start with a second then. So, like, what inspires me at Roborace? Basically, first of all, this particular show and all the backstage that is happening at the moment is the thing. It's like basically the Roborace team, the entire team. We are working together. All the developers, I'm surrounded. All the managers, all the specialists, like just super awesome people, and I'm proud to be the part of this team. That's basically my inspiration, and obviously it's tech things. I like any man. I like tech things, And when it's big, it's even better. For example, Robocar or DevBot, it's just cool thing. So, and the second thing is my vision of metaverse. I would say that like metaverse, we were saying that metaverse, it's a dual purpose thing. So like from one perspective is the thing that enables for us this sort of missions, interactions, allowing to infuse any object into this mixed reality and challenge AI. At the same time, it's a new way to interact with this mixed reality. So it's just like, it's an enabler for the audience not to watch the streams with DevBots, AI drivers just going along the roads, but playing the game. So my term vision and goal is to come to the situation where players all around the globes are playing in metaverse 24/7 together with AI drivers. So that's the first thing. And like the last one, it's about the like first purpose. The second purpose is basically the entire thing, the metaverse platform itself, how it's made. It's road relevant based. Every single service, microservice in it, it's road relevant. When I say it, I mean it's about standard approaches we apply in those servers, which means that like any regular AI driver can be infused in our metaverse and can be challenged, and that's the goal, can be certified. And I see like our bright future, and how I see Roborace and metaverse in Roborace, that when next time you as a driver, as a human being, when you see another regular automotive company and they have their AI driver and there is a mark on it, Roborace metaverse certified. For you, this means that it's just like, it's super safe, it's super reliable, it's robust, and it's the thing that you can rely on for full. That's my vision of metaverse.
Super ambitious. What an exciting vision it is. Yeah. It is ambitious. Hey, Mike, and what about your ambition then, Mike? I mean, a lot of the fans talk about, I mean, the interaction that Ivan just mentioned there is super important to them, which I guess owning race cars through NFT and things like that, that all falls into that as well, doesn't it? What's your vision for the future?
Actually, you know, as we previously explained in our other streams, we actually started doing Roborace on purpose. You know, not just an entertainment element, but actually that's for us an enabler that actually allows us to, you know, to give the teams an environment that actually pushes them for development, that kind of dynamic path planning, that kind of stuff. That what we started from. That what was actually in the beginning of season beta. And actually, probably some guys were thinking like, what metaverse? What's that? It's just, you know, maybe some sugar, some entertainment element, some unneeded kind of thing. Just show us the racing, please, you know. But actually, in order to show super cool racing, we have to go through that all. And actually, the metaverse is the platform that actually allows everyone us to learn how to do that with the teams, how actually, you know, that all should be organized, and you know how the rules should work. And you know, for them it's actually a tool that allows them to develop and validate all those algorithms that they develop. But eventually, you know, even though we accomplish that purpose eventually in the end of season beta, and the teams become capable for doing wheel-to-wheel racing, multi-agent thing, that as we call it, in the further seasons, actually the metaverse will become even bigger thing, like Ivan explained. So we're actually gonna use it as the platform for the audience to become a part of what's happening on the racing track. So you guys watching us gonna be capable for moving those objects, you know. So you're gonna also have your mission inside Roborace. So you have a task to help a team you've chosen as your team or a team you help to, or you play against the team, so you actually start challenging those robots on the racing track, not just in the virtual environment like we've just shown here today, but also on the real race track, which is going to be like super exciting to see, you know, people all around the globe challenge these heavy electric super high performance thing racing on the track among all those objects and other cars. You know, gonna be super fantastic. No one did that so far on the planet, so hopefully we will be the first, because you know we're explaining such a concept, but you know it's easy to explain but it's hard to implement. But you know, I want to assure you it's not just a fantasy, because you know, in order even in order to do what you've seen today, actually behind that it's not just the, I don't know, it's not just a game installation on a PC working for that. It's actually, you know, behind that it's actually a full-fledged racing infrastructure connected to that simulator. So it's a big thing working. So, and we actually gonna bring this thing that we've just tested in the simulator and gonna show it on the real track, all working together as an integral kind of system serving that action racing thing.
Fantastic. Well, that is super exciting to look forward to. It's a people thing, isn't it? Ultimately, Roborace. And we can see some of those people behind you, Mike. Can we get a goodbye from all of those guys working so hard in the background? And we'll let you entertain them now with the pink electric guitar.
That I wanted to say finally, you know, yeah, let's thank all those guys that
Thanks, guys. Mike, thank you. Thanks to you as well. Ivan. Thank you very much. Thanks, Ivan. Thank you, Chip. Thanks for joining the party tonight. Thanks to you guys at home as well for tuning in, and to all of our teams for taking part tonight and putting on such a great show. We'll be back on track racing at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway very, very soon indeed. And before that, we'll be bringing you Offsprint 5. That's going to be coming up in December. So if you enjoyed tonight's show, then make sure you tune in for that one. We'll see you then. But in the meantime, you can stay up to date with all things Roborace across all of our social channels. And until next time, we'll see you soon. Bye for now.